Just didn't feel like a revenge game to me from the beginning. Obviously, my voice is gone right now, but you can just tell the mode. And I don't know why we were in this mode. We knew what was at stake. Home court, getting Tulane coming in, who was right behind us, and an opportunity to play in front of a crowd on a beautiful day with Lorenzen's jersey being retired, and Coach Finch's bobblehead being presented today. Didn't do a good enough job to win the game. Kudos to Tulane. They were better. They stayed connected, and they believed that they could win, and they did.
Hey, Coach, on that 4-point play that they called Keontae with the Carroll on the hook, what was explained to you on that?
He said that Elijah hooked him. He hooked under Elijah, and then when Elijah tried to box him out, it looked like a hook and hold. That's what he explained.
The last shot Kendrick got in overtime, was that how you drew it up? Did you want him going to the basket? Or
Yeah, I drew it up to go to the basket. He just decided to pull it back and shoot the three. Hey, he's made shots for us before. They went to man instead of zone, and we had an opportunity to make a play. You know, hey, I'll live with that. Kendrick's done enough for us. Well, he's deserved that shot. He took that shot, he missed it.
And then the end of regulation, you guys get the ball. I saw you were signaling them. It looked like to
One shot.
wait for the last shot. But can you take us through that scenario? What happened there?
Yeah, Kendrick thought that they were coming from behind to try to back tap the ball, and he threw it ahead to Keontae with I think 7 seconds on the clock or 8, and he shot it. And I was thinking to call timeout again, but I didn't think that we were going to shoot because we knew we had one shot. And then when he shot it, hey, another. Like he felt like he believed he could make it. Open look, took it.
What did you take away from this game?
I just took away that, you know, that team has been chasing us like we were chasing Houston. You know, Houston was always a big dog, and Tulane was us last year. They're hungry. They got their same unit back, and you could just tell from the beginning of the game that they wanted it more than us. And no matter what I said, we couldn't get in that same mind frame. We just knew we were going to win the game just because we were at home. So what I take away from that is, you know, obviously I already know this, but can't take anything for granted.
Penny, about the beginning of the game, there was that deal with Jalen Forbes. What happened there?
Just a fine basketball player, just believing in himself. And I'm trying to pump up KD to go around him. And he basically was like, nah, he ain't going around me. So basically he was jawing back at me about that he wasn't going to allow KD to beat him off the dribble.
Was that kind of like when you knew that they had their ears pinned back?
Yeah, you could see it right away. You knew what it was already. You know, the way they celebrated at Tulane, you knew that was something that they look forward to, you know, beating us, beating Houston. And they're trying to get their respect. So, yeah, you can see it right away.
Central Florida, Seton Hall, and this one so close, all of them. Is it frustrating knowing the thin line between making the tournament, not seeding, and all of that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, because there's something that we could have done about all of those games. Communication, make your free throws, you know, get a stop down the stretch without giving up a basket. So many things that we could have done in all those games.
I was there late in regulation. It looked like you went with Jonathan Lawson over Keontae Kennedy. What was the rationale?
I don't really want to get into that. I just felt like Jonathan needed to be out there. Playmaker, guy that could get in the paint on that zone, being 6'8" and make a play for us. He got a big tip on the steal in the press. Kind of understands that better, the pressing side of it. Keontae was scoring more, but at that point I felt like I needed a guy out there that could make a play for us defensively, and Jonathan did.
Penny, is part of the issue with this team maybe matchups and especially when they go small and have different scoring options?
I'm not going to make that excuse. They're just, they've been together. They know what they want. We know what they want. We had a full week, even though we didn't practice the first 3 days because of weather. We still know who they are. And kudos to them. They came out and played a hell of a game. They knew to shrink the court. They knew who to get the ball and take shots. They were trying to, collapse the court on, KD and DeAndre. We just turned the ball over too much. We got 12 turnovers between DeAndre and KD.
That leads right into my next question. What caused the turnover? Was it self-inflicted? Was it something they were doing, or was it something else?
Well, they were just shrinking the court, packing the paint, trying to make us take jump shots. And we were trying to we were getting in there a little too deep. And sometimes we just made the wrong pass.
Last time you suffered a loss like this was the UCF game, and it seemed like you guys responded ultimately pretty well. You came in here, it was an emotional day, packed house, probably a deflating end. It's February now. How do you make sure this stuff doesn't linger? Some things happen in this game that haven't happened in the past, especially with Kendrick and DeAndre.
Yeah, you just move on to the next game. We have to. Adversity can make us start questioning things or, stop doing what we've been doing. We just got to get back to playing defense, get the ball up the court, and play better basketball from the beginning.
Two more for us. Right here.
Penny, you mentioned like defensive lapses and lack of communication on that end of the floor being little things that have kind of been the difference between wins and losses. What do you attribute that to, especially when Tylen Pope kind of was wide open on that baseline cut end of overtime?
I can't tell you because we were prepared for all those cuts. They done that cut the entire game, this game, and the entire game last game. And we were prepared, and I think DeAndre felt like someone was behind him and didn't guard the cut. Just miscommunication from the guy that was on top. DeAndre not understanding, probably ball watching, and he probably didn't even see Pope go behind him. We always talk about man and ball. Just an accumulation of things that we just got to continue to get better with.
Last one.
So, like, what was the mood in the locker room? What did you say to the team? What did they say to you? Anything at all?
Well, my message to the team was we let a big one get away today at home. Can't lose at home. Much respect to Tulane, but we didn't play hard enough today and fight hard enough. The tougher team won. We weren't tough on a day where we should have been. We just got to learn from it. Let's see what we learn from it when we go to South Florida.